Hi, I'm Kim McQueen, the President and CEO of Curves North America, Australia, and New Zealand. It really was a gift to bring all of my knowledge and all of my learning back to these markets, really open up the invitation to join me on what I believe can be our best days. And so now, after basically 18 months of really solid marketing and communication, and now many new Curves 30 clubs, please check us out on social media. They're so cute, the clubs are so great, and the owners are just thrilled and so excited. I mean, this is our new logo. I mean, there's so many great things happening. To now be where we are, I'm beyond thrilled. Because at the end of the day, our business is about reaching women who need what we have to offer to help them. And if we can make that path into our club easier, or the knowledge of what we are more accessible, if we can really reflect the experience, and that's what you're seeing in the new design. I mean, women always say, wow, that was amazing after their first workout. So there's that. So Amaze Yourself somehow disappeared from the brand. I have no idea why. So I brought that back into the business, and I believe in it because it's absolutely what they say. They say, wow, that was amazing. You know, Amaze Yourself has been our tagline, and it's really comes from a deep place of experience a woman has and knowledge we have about the brand and what's happening. And so that's on the walls. But as I developed the brand in other markets internationally, from a marketing point of view, I had an opportunity to continue to evolve the brand voice. And brand voice is really about what's resonating deeply with our membership, our members of our clubs, what connects with them. And we had little inklings of this. There was a lot of things inside of Curves that were always there. And it's like, you know, the founder of Curves, one of the co-founders, Diane, she would say, oh, we're planting little seeds. And in many ways, I've taken all those little seeds and I've just given them a place to just flourish. So when you look at our brand voice and you see it come out in our decor and what's on the walls and, you know, our inspiring quotes, like I sat and wrote an entire box of inspiring quotes or things I would want someone to say to me. Like, and I always try and take it from that perspective, franchisee first, member first, like what would I want to hear? What would get me excited? But I always want to stay deeply connected to our brand and what we are. And so bringing out the brand voice, I've done through design. So our design has evolved. Our palette is similar with some new colors. And then you see all these little things kind of come out in the design, come out in our marketing, but they are deeply connected to the experience that someone has in the club. They're not off just like, oh, let's create something cute. It's not that. This is Believe is something that was on one of our t-shirts very, very early, 20 plus years ago. And, you know, that is now there. Find your tribe and love them hard. I mean, it's a fun little saying, but inside of Curves, we have this incredible sisterhood. It's the number one thing that people walk away from their Curves experience talking about. Like, I just love all the women here. And, you know, we all need someone to cheer us on. We all need someone to say, great job, or nice to see you, or see you tomorrow. We all need that. And I think coming out of COVID particularly, you know, that sense of community is so powerful and it means so much. And this is a mental health piece too. And I don't think we ever really fully understood the power of that until now. Of course, we talked about it before, but like now we can really see how important it is. So when you see the evolution of what's come, it's come through, yes, my background in advertising, yes, my creative direction, yes, all those things, but really my own personal experience with Curves. And I constantly go into clubs. Like, it's very important for me to be inside of clubs and understand what's happening, what's resonating. Is everybody liking this? Is everybody liking that? Ooh, is that happening? Oh, wow. I get great ideas inside of clubs too. I went into a club in 2008 in Perth. And as I walked into the club, I was going up the stairs and an entire wall was covered with these hearts. And I stopped to look at these hearts, and these hearts had these little comments on them. And they were, you know, words matter. And it's powerful. Even when you're reading something, imagery is powerful. Colors are powerful. I have a whole color theory going on inside of our club. you know, you need to gain energy from somewhere, right? So is it words? Is it color? Is it people? You know, what is it? And you immediately got a sense of that club from all those little hearts. Well, we have little hearts too. They're in a different place, but we have little hearts. So it's this kind of stuff that I think is super important. And, you know, in all of these years of doing this, and it took me, started in 2003 when I opened my club, but I bought in 2002. I was in Australia in 2008. And it was probably then that it became really clear to me, wow, okay, our clubs really reflect the owner. They really do. So these amazing, wonderful women out there that build these beautiful clubs, it's just a reflection of their personality and their gift and, you know, their talents and their care. And then it got me to thinking even deeper about what is that experience? What are we getting? Like, what is it? And there's one word. I mean, you could put a million words to it to describe it, but at the end of the day, it's one word. Curves comes down to love. And that's why I put hearts everywhere. I didn't wake up one day and just love hearts, okay? I wasn't one of these people like, I gotta have heart jewelry, I gotta have hearts this. Maybe pink or purple were something I had to have, but not necessarily. And I used to wear a lot of black, by the way. I mean, I don't know, it's an advertising thing, I guess. I mean, I was slimming, I don't know, a lot of black. But it's more about, it really is what we are. And I think woman to woman, you totally understand that. Women, I always say, if you're a man, so sorry if you're watching this, wherever you are, if you're a man and you're watching this, I think you can get 95% there, but you will never get all the way there. There is something so unique about being a female and really understanding the love between two women when we listen to each other and we care about the story and we understand it because we've experienced it or we know someone who has experienced it, and also talk about, quite personally, you know, why they're focusing on their health right now and what brought them to this moment. And so there's a lot of what they have that saying, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. It's sort of like what happens in Curves stays in Curves. You know, women really understand each other like that. And there's some sort of, you know, magic that happens amongst women. And it really is because we really can resonate with each other. We can understand each other and we can actually empathize with each other. And so I think, you know, in all my years as I traveled and I thought, oh, things are going to be different, or I really believed even that my club did so well because people saw how cool Curves was from the minute I saw it, like, wow. But they really see it through you. And that's very different. So your delivery is quite important. You know, your enthusiasm is very important, but also your care, your ability to listen is really important. And so after all this time, I really think Curves is love. And today, I think we're needed more than we've ever been needed. You know, I love to be in this role now and bringing what I know to this role and gifting it to so many owners so I can see them thrive in their business. And that's the most important thing. I want to see them thrive. The club, the members, the people they reach, I want to see them thrive. And when you're basically in a rebuild, which is really what I am in the middle of right now, and, you know, reestablishing our business, it is first and foremost about the clubs out there on the front line helping women every day. And yeah, they're thriving. It's exciting. It's nerve-sighting a little bit because we've got a lot to do as we move forward. Anyhow, join us on this journey. It's going to be amazing. And yeah, maybe I'll see you on the circuit.